Humor. The quality of being amusing or comic, especially as expressed in literature or speech. The internet, a global computer network providing a variety of information and communication facilities, consisting of interconnected networks using standardized communication protocols. That sounds way too... So slamming those two together, you get this beautiful monstrosity. It serves both worlds. It's a blessing and a curse at the same time. Now, as far as jokes go, like on the internet, we have come a long way, all right? We started out from just this, to this, to this, to somehow this. I don't know what happened, but shoot, we're here now. But we have gotten to the point where the jokes are kind of like not getting old, I would say, but we kind of know what to expect, especially if you go on a certain platform. And I'm about to like kind of lay it down for you guys, like the types of internet humor that we got going on. So enjoy. So here we go. So the first one that we need to address, which is like the most lighthearted thing you can probably do on the internet, which is kind of surprising. Wholesome humor. Things like just dogs and cats, or just any pet doing something stupid, or just something that just makes your soul feel warm when you see it, like a cat sleeping on like a bed and stuff, or like a dog also sleeping on the bed. They're not always sleeping, but I'm just saying, like, they're very like just cute to be like just to see, you know. On top of that, there's also like memes for like relationships, because you know, like a lot of us are kind of lonely and stuff, so it would make sense to make jokes about that. And that's probably the most, like, if we was to do like an iceberg like graph, like, let's just pull one up right now, right? The top would be wholesome humor. Everything else below that, man, is just my faith in humanity kind of, you know, fades away when we get deeper down this little iceberg we got going on. This is the best you're gonna get, like the most, you know, lighthearted, innocent things you'll see. But as we keep going down the list, you'll start to kind of see, you'll start kind of wondering, where did we go wrong? Where? Because I don't know how, but we did. The next thing we have is just YouTube humor. Goodness, I cannot speak today. YouTube humor. And for that one, it's kind of weird because it has wholesome memes along with it. But at the same time, like lurking in the shadows, there's also like very like edgy humor along with it. But it's kind of, they're also playing it safe at the same time. So some like good examples of that would be like Fee McQueen and like all those other dudes, like Michael Stronin and all those other, yeah, you know who I'm talking about if you're like under the age of like 15, because I think most of his audience is that. But either way, you probably have heard these type of people before. And for them, they've kind of mellowed out, all right, because again, it is YouTube. You can't make jokes about like, you know, certain people because of certain things they have and do that on repeat for like 20 shorts. At the same time, they're there. They're still here today. Cool, good on them, I guess. I don't know how they made it. But typically what you'll see with YouTube humor is mostly, most of the time, it's just wholesome stuff. And on top of that, there's also just a bunch of memes. Like, it's just a lot. I don't know, man. It's a massive ecosystem of just memes that are being kind of just played throughout the platform. So nothing too bad, all right? But as we keep going, you know, I keep like edging this on. We're just gonna keep going. Next up, cringe humor. This is everywhere. It's just hard to watch. I don't know if the person making the video has like a humiliation kink, and if they do, you know, touche. Man, every time I see like someone dressing up as like a My Hero Academia character, or like there's like these two couples doing something really corny. I'm talking about, here, let me show you what I mean. All right, so stuff like this, right? It's manageable. I just wish it wasn't here, but you know, you live life. But I just don't understand why someone would do that to themselves. I always just presume that it was a bet and they lost. I'm gonna just pray that that's what it was. It was not consensually done. No, I mean, it was consensually done. It's just, it was slightly against their will to make it in, like initially, you know, someone like masterfully told them, hey, you need to make this video. And then they did. But then another part of me, let's be realistic, some of these people just have that type of humor, and you know, that's okay, because humor is subjective. But subjective does not mean I can't judge it. It's weird. I absolutely hate when someone tells me that something's subjective and therefore you can't judge it. Subjective itself is not exempt from being judged. If it's weird, it's weird. But then again, do not let me stop you. If I'm the reason why you stop making stuff like that and you enjoy it, dude, your mental is just shot. Don't listen to everybody on the internet when they tell you don't do stuff. If you like doing it, do it. At the same time, you can still be judged for what you're doing, you know? So it's like a double-edged sword, you know? You don't you don't know what you're gonna get with this one. Next up, which is also somewhat subjective, brain rot humor. Now, it kind of started out kind of simple, right? We just had like Riz, Kai Cenat, and then we had like Skibbity Toilet. Those trinity of just people and things made up what brain rot was. And then slowly over time, that stuff just uprooted. Multiple types of things are now considered brain rot. Just the way you kind of speak itself is brain rot. And then on top of that, you come across like videos where you can just kind of just feel like your brain is melting. I don't know what's going on. Like those videos where like someone gets a picture of just anything and like they're also singing at the same time, kind of like that one cat that's singing. See, now that's creepy. That's a weird thing. If I saw that on the street, man, I would, you know? Though at the same time, this isn't foreign. Like, I'm about to be like 20, you feel me? And I remember like MLG, you know, Head the Frog, and like 360 no scopes. Like, that was my brain rot, all right? So the fact that, you know, the newer kids and stuff got this going on, you know, there's nothing new under the sun. This is the same exact thing we've been dealing with. It's still kind of weird, but, you know, that's their thing. Let them rock it. You feel me? That's it. All right, well, I got through everything, almost everything. I didn't think I'd get like to this point so fast, but we're here now. The final one. Instagram humor. The pinnacle of what is allowed on a social media platform. Anything goes. It is like the Wild West. Whatever your heart desires, your deepest and darkest thoughts come to mind so sporadically that you decide to make a reel about it and show it to the entirety of Instagram. I know not what leads these souls astray like this, but all I know is that they are. So, with that being said, what is exactly shown on Instagram? With Instagram, it's such a weird ballpark that honestly, if you were to post a video on there or like a reel, your audience is going to be so like just diverse. And I mean that in the most like negative way. So like, for example, there will be wholesome videos on there, just innocent videos, right? The comments are just, wow. You know, I just never thought someone could think about that at the moment so quickly and so just consistently. I don't know how people be just doing that like on the regular, but they do. So we have that. The wholesome parts are not safe on Instagram. If you have like a relationship or you have like just some cute moment that happens in your life, please reconsider posting it on Instagram. You are not gonna like how everyone's gonna respond to that. Because if I've seen people post like their like relationship goals or whatever on Instagram, dude, the comments are the most like jealous individuals, the most like broken down people you'll probably never see in your life. I doubt they go outside. It's just so weird. I don't know why it is. I don't know how you'd regulate that if I was like the person running Instagram, because there's just so many. It's actually what keeps the platform going, I would imagine. It's just so many reels, so much engagement. That's what mostly keeps on, so they just kind of allow it to happen. That's my assumption of how they're running things over there. Wholesome things aren't even safe. Cringe is not safe either. They be telling you to just do a lot of stuff to yourself if they see like anything cringe. If they're not doing all that, if those dudes are not commenting, they're posting. Because on one hand, I could be scrolling on Instagram like right now and I'll be getting like posts like this. It's beautiful. It's hilarious. It's wholesome. I scroll up one. This is what I see next. I scroll one more. Wow. Scroll up another one. My dick.
Throw me to the wolves.
Yo! What?
Is it time enough, Mr. Miyagi?
Hey, take over with me now, Daniel-san.
Stroke hard, stroke fast,
no mercy.
I ain't gonna lie, man. I like that movie. That movie was great when I was a kid. Now I just can't look at it the same again. I don't know what's going on over there. It is a scary platform. Like, It is to the point, like even when ads are played, because on YouTube Shorts, you can't like comment on ads. If you're on Instagram, there's an ad that pops up. There every single time there's an ad, the first 6 to 7 comments are just gonna be splattered with "nice try, Diddy." Especially when those ads of like the people walking and they're like shooting like the walls with the numbers, and they're saying, "Oh yeah, this is the real game. I swear. The other people, nah, man, they're backstabbers. They're lying to you. This is the real game. Download it now." Every single time the comments are like, "Nice try, Diddy. Nice try, Super Diddy." I didn't even know there was like super sayings for this. I thought it was just like a, just Diddy in general. I didn't know he had like transformations like Dragon Ball, but he does. Wild. If you was to scroll on Instagram for 2 hours, you'll come back a new person. New is usually implied in this context of like, you become a new person in a good way. With Instagram, it's like PTSD, but you never went to war. View at your own discretion. Maybe I'm just weird and maybe my Instagram's all messed up, but man, that was only done because I scrolled a little bit too long on the platform. I didn't search for nothing. I didn't try anything. That stuff just happened. And also another thing, I swear, every time I'm on a post, I hate the fact that every time I have to watch it, I'm damned if I don't share it. Like the dude literally puts, "Oh yeah, your homie, he's gonna get just railed through by like 20 black thick guys if you do not share it in the next 20 seconds. And it's either that or if you don't. If you specifically do not share it, you will be just taken advantage of while you're sleeping by the person that posted it. So lesson of today, do not post your happy moments in your life on Instagram. There's people there that do not like the fact that you're happy. They have like this crab mentality where everyone has to be dragged down with their like sorrowfulness, and you have to be sad along with them.
Don't. Think about me, I'm not always nice when I kiss so. Say you can't sleep, baby, I know that's not me, espresso. Moving up, down, left, right, low, switch it up like Nintendo. Say you can't sleep, baby, I know that's not me, espresso.
YouTube, do not copyright me.